Hello and welcome into a video sports chat. Today we're here with Troy Shockley, beat writer here at the Abilene Reporter News. And, this was an odd subject that I think I'm a little surprised we're bringing it up, to be quite frank, because we like to talk local sports. Today we're talking the Super Bowl, but there's a reason for that. There are plenty of local and area connections that are going to be playing in the Super Bowl coming up Sunday. Yeah,
we've got, there's tons of them.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not even just kind of there's a connection here if you look for it. I mean, we've got Dominic Rhodes and Justin Snow, both with the Indianapolis Colts, played high school ball at Cooper.
Yeah.
So a couple years apart. I mean, they played on the same team, I think. They're 2 years separated.
Mm-hmm.
But Rhodes went on to play at Midwestern State, Division II in the Lone Star Conference, which is the same conference ACU plays in that has Chicago's Danieal Manning playing now as a rookie free safety.
You know what's kind of struck me, this whole thing, is we've been talking about the work, and I'm sure you guys have too. The teams we've been following all season have been the Colts because of Danieal Manning, because of Justin Snow and because of Dominic Rhodes, and the Bears because Danieal Manning was just playing at ACU. Now he's in the NFL, and so these have been the teams we've been following this year, and we thought, wouldn't it be great in some far-fetched, wide, crazy world that these two teams would meet in the Super Bowl? And it happened.
It happened.
How crazy.
And if you want to look a little bit farther, the Bears have Cedric Benson, played high school, Midland Lee.
People who were out here at Shotwell Stadium saw him run over many.
Probably. He finished with more than 9,000 yards from scrimmage, 127 touchdowns in high school, which is just ridiculous. He had in the double digits of 200-yard games. It was absolutely ridiculous. Rhodes did his fair number of yards. He had about 3,200 yards, I think, from offense, but they were a little bit more balanced, I think, when he was there.
Troy, they were kind of different running backs. You know, Dominic, you see him now playing with the Colts. He's a speed running back, a bit of a finesse. And Cedric, especially in high school, man, he just finds you and run you over and keep on going.
Right. And that's same thing now. I mean, that's what the Bears are using. Cedric goes in there and just pounds them. They put Thomas Jones in the fourth quarter, and he's kind of a slasher, and they're so tired from the pounding that he puts up all the yards on them at that point. So it's really kind of continued through.
You talk about an unheralded player, and that is Justin Snow. Because let's face it, man, you know the quarterbacks and the running backs and the wide receivers, and you might even know the safeties and the cornerbacks.
Right.
But you don't know who the deep snapper is. But he has had quite an NFL career.
He has, and he's going to play there for another 10 years. I mean, I actually talked with him. We had a story in Monday in today's Reporter News. I talked to him. He says, I get 8 to 12 snaps a game. That's it. If I screw up, that's a big screw up because he's out there on field goals. He's out there on punts. He screws up. It's a big time shift in the game. So he's got to go out there and be perfect every time he's out there. But he's not getting beat up like some of these other guys. So as long as he does his job, and he keeps doing it, he's going to be with the Colts for a long, long time.
And he's been with them for several years.
He signed as a free agent in 2000, and he's been there ever since.
Yeah, and that's amazing. I remember seeing a stat about the average NFL career, and I don't remember what it was. It seemed like it was 3-5 years.
Yeah.
So he's already outlived the average NFL career already.
And he's got plenty. Like I say, he's got plenty of years left because he's not getting beat up out there.
Right.
And he knows what he's doing. So.
And then, of course, the person that we've been watching, and there's other connections too, but Danieal Manning just got through playing out of Shotwell for ACU on Saturdays, and all of a sudden now, wow, he's in the Super Bowl. Yeah,
and he's last I talked to him, he's just thrilled. He's just really excited. He's even changed his voicemail on his cell phone. I called him last week. It was regular. Hey, this is Danieal. And this week is, hey, I made it. I'm going to the Super Bowl. It's on his voicemail. I mean, he's very excited.
As well he should be. And just like Dominic Rhodes and Justin Snow, of course, like you said, he gets 8 to 12 snaps in a game. But Danieal Manning and Dominic Rhodes have both gotten a lot of playing time.
Danieal moved in third game of the season, moved into the starter role at free safety, and he's had some rookie mistakes. I mean, people I think forget he's a rookie. They look what he did. But he's doing a great job. At one point, he was third on the team in total tackles. I don't know where he's at now. He's got like 67, 68 tackles as a rookie. He intercepted Brett Favre in his first ever NFL game. I mean, that's not bad.
No. Well, and this, people sometimes they don't think about those rookie mistakes, and you think about Roy Williams being a great safety.
Right.
Well, you remember his rookie year; he made some great sacks, but he also made plenty of mistakes. Sure.
Yeah. And I think he's going to do a great job, you know. And there's a lot of folks. You look at the media there in Chicago and the fans. A lot of them are going, man, who is this kid? You know, and they picked him, and some are going, no, really, I've seen him. You know, some are going, wow, you know, my cousin plays for Oklahoma State. You know, they've seen him, they've heard about him. They've kind of come around, and a lot of people are really, really liking him. At one point, he was the second leading vote getter for the Pro Bowl at free safety. Yeah. You know, I mean, he's really kind of picked up some support there in Chicago.
You know, I'm sure, though, from a Chicago fan, you've never even heard of Abilene Christian University, probably. No. Or if you have, just in a passing glance, and you're looking at all these players, you know, in the first couple of rounds in the NFL, these players that are playing for A&M and UT and Ohio State. And you drafted some guy out of AC, what?
Right. Well, and I think some of that is Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith from Texas, from Big Sandy, you know, small town. He understands what Texas football is about. I know he when Danieal had his workout at ACU, there was assistant coaches and scouts out there from all sorts of teams. Lovie Smith, I found out, called him the night before. Personally, and said, I want to be out there, but I'm not going out because then everybody else will know how much I like you. So it was kind of a shell game. He really liked him, but he didn't have anybody there because he didn't want to know how much they liked Danieal. So he's known about him for a while.
We're running out of time, Troy. I'm going to ask your expert opinion on this because we're running out of time, and we only have time for one more question. Who do you root for? You know, and if it was just the Colts, Danieal Manning wouldn't play with Chicago. It'd be pretty easy. But who do you root for this Sunday?
It's tough. I think most of Abilene probably rooting for the Colts just because of that direct connection.
Yeah, to Cooper.
But anybody with ACU connections, it's got to be tough not to root for the ACU. I mean, like you said, just a year ago, he's playing at Shotwell Stadium. He's not that far removed.
Yeah. It's like Lackey when Lackey won the World Series there for the Angels, and
you
were like, I want him to win 25 games next year, but not those starts against the Texas Rangers. All right, Troy, thank you very much. We will be watching on Sunday, and I'm sure we'll be reading in the paper as you guys talk.
All week long, we'll be talking with Dominique and Danieal and all those guys.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you guys for watching here. ARNSportsTalk.com. We'll see you next week right here.